from Angel Reese. She talks about it being a risk to come to play for the Chicago Sky. I've said I actually like some of the stuff I've seen out of their coach so far. She's having to modify an offensive role. They're moving her out away from the basket. Check this out.
Develop the show the things that you guys see may not see. I was the number one wing coming out of high school. When I went into college, I had to transition to be a post player. I've always been a player for the team. Every team I've been a part of, I've been a player for the team.
Angel Reese just got hit with a role change so wild, it's got fans screaming sabotage. And the craziest part? She hasn't even shown up to training camp since the news broke. We're talking about the queen of double-doubles getting pulled out of the paint and asked to shoot mid-range jumpers. Mid-rangers. For a player who made her name gobbling rebounds like it was Thanksgiving dinner, that's not just a switch-up. That's a full-on reboot. But here's where it really gets messy, because some folks think this isn't about basketball at all. They're saying it's a setup, a calculated move to sideline one of the WNBA's biggest names and hand the spotlight to Camila Cardoso instead. And the internet? Phew, it's already in meltdown mode. So what's really going on behind the scenes in Chicago? Is this about strategy, ego, or something way deeper? Stick around, because what we found out is going to flip your whole perspective on the Angel Reese saga. Let's get into it. So here's where the drama starts. We just got word that Angel Reese is being shifted into a brand new role, and not just tweaked. I'm talking about a full-on transformation. According to reports coming out of training camp, new head coach Tyler Marsh is shaking things up, big time. Instead of letting Angel do what she's always done, Coach Marsh wants her to stretch the floor. Translation, Angel Reese is now expected to step further away from the basket and start taking mid-range jumpers. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just a coaching adjustment. It's a complete identity shift for one of the WNBA's most talked about young stars. And at the same time that Angel is being moved out of her comfort zone, guess who's stepping into her old role? Camila Cardoso. Yup, the 6'6". Brazilian phenom who just lit up the international stage is now being positioned as the centerpiece of the Sky's offense. She's got the size, she's got the touch, and now she's got the paint all to herself. And listen, this move didn't come out of nowhere. Tyler Marsh is a rookie head coach, but he's not playing it safe. He's building a new vision for Chicago, one that leans on spacing, ball movement, and versatility, the kind of modern offense that doesn't leave much room for a one-note, paint-only forward. So here's what just happened. Angel Reese got pulled away from her bread and butter, Camila Cardoso got handed the keys to the interior, and Coach Marsh just redrew the entire blueprint for this team. Now the big question is, why? Is this a strategic evolution, or is something else going on behind the curtain? Because the timing, the optics, the silence from Angel, it's all a little too perfect, right? And this is just the beginning. All right, now that you know what's happening on the surface, let's talk about why this hurts so much for Angel Reese. Because this isn't just about being moved on the floor. This is about being moved out of the very identity that built her career. From the minute she hit the national spotlight at LSU, Angel Reese wasn't just a basketball player, she was a rebounds machine. Like she turned grabbing boards into a brand. Grit, hustle, physicality, that do-it-all under the rim energy, that was Angel Reese. And it wasn't just college. She carried that same intensity into the WNBA. Let's not forget, just her second pro game, she snagged 19 rebounds against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. 19! That wasn't just a stat, that was a statement. I'm here, I'm different, and I'm built for this. That game went viral. Jersey sales popped off. Her name was everywhere. She didn't just play well, she became a movement. She embodied this new era of swagger meets substance in women's basketball. Her nickname? The Bayou Barbie. Her real rep? The Queen of the Double-Double. Now, imagine being told you're not going to do that anymore. You're being asked to leave the paint, your home, and start pulling up from mid-range. You're being asked to give up the thing you're best at and build something new from scratch. That's like telling Shaq to hang out on the three-point line. It's not just unfamiliar, it's unnatural. Because here's the thing, Angel Reese didn't just build her game around rebounding, she built her brand around it. And in today's WNBA, where media buzz matters almost as much as box scores, that matters a lot. So when Coach Marsh says, we're going in a new direction, to most players, that's a playbook shift. To Angel, that's a brand crisis. And now fans are wondering, is she being asked to evolve, or is she being erased? This isn't just basketball anymore, it's personal. Okay, now here's where things get a little spicy. Because behind the coaching change and the playbook rework, there's a conversation bubbling under the surface. It's not just about Angel's position, it's about how she's been playing. And the phrase that's been quietly floating around? Stat padding. Yeah, that one. Now before you roll your eyes, let's break this down. In basketball, stat padding means chasing numbers, not necessarily wins. It's when a player racks up stats in a way that looks impressive on paper, but doesn't always help the team. Think, grabbing rebounds off your own misses, forcing putbacks instead of resetting the offense, ignoring open teammates to take a tough shot because, hey, double-double's on the line. And when you go back and watch the tape on Angel Reese, it starts to look a little familiar. You'll see possessions where she grabs an offensive board, misses the layup, grabs her own rebound and misses again, gets it a third time, and then scores. 4 shot attempts, 1 bucket, no pass out, no ball movement, just brute force rebounds until the numbers go up. It looks like hustle, but the efficiency tells another story. Coach Marsh didn't come out and call it stat padding, but come on, read between the lines. He's essentially saying, we need smarter basketball. We need spacing. We need versatility. Translation? We need more than just someone chasing numbers under the rim. And let's not forget, Angel was shooting just 39.1% from the field, and that's mostly around the basket. That's not just low, that's a giant red flag when your whole role is to clean up near the hoop. So it raises the question, was this coaching move really about development? Or was it a quiet message that Angel's game as it is now isn't helping the team as much as fans think? Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Double-doubles look great on Instagram, but if they come at the cost of flow, spacing, and ball movement, they're empty calories. And Coach Marsh? He's putting the team on a strict diet. This isn't just about changing Angel's shot selection. It's about challenging her entire approach to the game. All right, so now that the stat padding talk is on the table, let's go deeper. Because if you're still on the fence, wondering whether this is all just noise, or if there's real logic behind the coaching staff's decision, the numbers lay it all out. Let's start with this. Angel Reese is shooting just 39.1% from the field. And no, that's not on threes or fadeaways or some crazy high difficulty shots. That's mostly right around the rim, the area where a player like Angel is supposed to feast. For comparison, most efficient post players in the WNBA are finishing around 50-60% near the basket. That's kind of the standard. You're that close to the hoop, you better be converting. Reese is almost 20% below that level. That's not just a dip, that's a drop-off. Now layer that on top of her playing style. Let's say Angel grabs her own miss and puts it up again. The crowd sees effort. The scoreboard sees 4 misses and 1 make. Meanwhile, her teammates are standing on the perimeter wide open. No kick out, no reset, just another contested shot. And that's exactly what Coach Marsh is trying to eliminate. Because here's the thing, in today's WNBA, efficiency is king. Spacing the floor, moving the ball, getting high percentage shots, that's how you win games. It's not enough to just collect rebounds and hope something drops, especially when those misses are clogging up the paint and killing ball movement. Let's go even further. Analytics also show that Camila Cardoso, the player who's now stepping into that low post role, has a much higher shooting percentage from inside 5 feet. She finishes stronger, quicker release, less wasted motion. She's not just big, she's efficient. That's a big part of why the Sky are building around her now. So if you're Coach Marsh and you're looking at those numbers, side by side, you're thinking, okay, we've got one player who's eating up paint touches but missing shots, and another who's quietly converting and spacing the floor better. That's not drama, that's just smart basketball. And this isn't about punishing Angel, it's about pushing her. The WNBA is evolving fast. Bigs now have to shoot, pass, and stretch the floor. If you can't do that, the game moves past you. Right now, Angel's game is built on rebounding and putbacks. But those numbers, they're telling the Sky it's time for something more. So now that we've broken down the numbers, and yeah, the stats do back up the move, let's talk about how Angel Reese is actually responding to all this. Because here's the part, that's got people raising eyebrows. Angel Reese hasn't shown up to training camp, at all. Not a single update. No clips, no walk-ins, no scrimmage footage. Just radio silence. And listen, for any player, a new role is tough. We get it. Especially when that role pulls you completely out of your comfort zone. But the way Angel's handling it, it doesn't look like adjustment, it looks like resistance. Coach Tyler Marsh made it clear, this isn't punishment, it's evolution. He wants Angel to become a stretch 4, someone who can pull defenders away from the basket, knock down mid-range shots, and open up the floor. And according to Julie Poe from the Chicago Sun-Times, that's exactly what Angel's being asked to do. For Reese, that means adapting to a modified role that will tap into her full potential as a stretch 4. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? But instead of embracing the challenge, Reese is nowhere to be seen. No social media posts from practice, no statements, no footage of her working on that jumper. Nothing. Now let's pause for a second. Most pros, when they're given a new role, they either buy in or they show they're working on it. They show the grind. They flip the narrative. You know, I'll prove the haters wrong. That's not what's happening here. Angel's not clapping back. She's not clapping at all. And that silence, it's loud. It's sending a message whether she means to or not. One that says, I'm not here for this version of the team. And that's where this all gets deeper. Because now we're not just talking about a basketball move. We're talking about team culture, leadership, and what kind of player Angel Reese wants to be. Is she the kind of star who adapts and grows with the system? Or the kind who checks out when the spotlight shifts? Because this role shift wasn't meant to erase her. It was meant to evolve her. But Angel, right now, she's treating it like a betrayal. All right. Now, while Angel Reese is MIA from training camp and fans are in full meltdown mode, there's someone else who's been making all the right moves in the background. Camila Cardoso, the 6'6" rookie out of South Carolina, fresh off a standout run with Brazil's national team, and now she's looking more and more like the future face of the Chicago Sky. Here's the thing most people are missing. While all eyes were on Angel, Camila was grinding in the shadows, quiet, focused, efficient, and now, the Sky aren't just handing her minutes, they're handing her the paint. That same low post territory that Angel used to own, it's Cardoso's kingdom now, and honestly, it makes sense. Camila has the tools modern coaches drool over. She's long, she's mobile, she finishes around the rim with touch, but more importantly, she doesn't need 6 shots to get 1 bucket. She's efficient, she fits the system, and she knows her role. Coach Marsh sees it, the front office sees it, and fans are starting to see it too. While Angel is being asked to stretch her game, Camila is being planted right at the center of it, and not just because of her size, but because of her ceiling. Her upside is scary good. It's not hard to connect the dots. The Sky are future-proofing their offense. They're building around a player who fits the mold of what a modern WNBA big looks like, and they're doing it fast, before the season even starts. And listen, it's not even about who's better. Angel's got heart. She's a beast on the glass. She brings energy. But when you stack her side by side with Cardoso, the difference in playstyle is night and day. Where Angel clogs the paint, Camila creates space. Where Angel forces shots, Camila takes what the defense gives her. Where Angel's game looks like muscle, Camila's game looks like rhythm. And here's the part that stings for Reese fans. This isn't a random decision. This has timing. Just days after Camila makes noise on the international stage, the Sky hand her the keys. You think that's a coincidence? Nah, that's a franchise making a statement. They're not just changing the offense, they're changing the identity. And right now, Angel Reese is on the outside of that decision. And this is where things just straight up detonate. Because the second this news hit, that Angel Reese's role was changing, that she might be benched, and that Camila Cardoso was suddenly the new queen of the paint, fans lost their minds. Twitter, meltdown. Instagram, battle zone. TikTok, full-blown conspiracy theory hour. You've got Reese fans saying this is a hit job, that Coach Marsh and the Sky are plotting to erase Angel's brand before it even fully takes off. That Camila was brought in specifically to push Angel out of the spotlight. People are tweeting stuff like, they're sabotaging her career. This is WNBA politics, plain and simple. Free Angel. Trade her now. One person even said, and I'm not making this up, Camila Cardoso was planted in Chicago to destroy Angel's legacy. Like, bro? Planted? Are we talking espionage now? And then there's the trade talk. Fans are already spinning up fake trade packages. Send her to Atlanta. She'd be the star in Phoenix. Anywhere but here. They don't deserve her. But here's the thing people aren't saying out loud. If Angel stays in the paint, keeps playing like she's been playing, and doesn't add anything new to her bag, the league's going to move on without her. With or without a trade. This isn't a betrayal. It's a wake-up call. But because she hasn't addressed it, no training camp posts, no interviews, not even a cryptic IG story, the silence is fueling the fire. Fans are interpreting her disappearance as proof that she's hurt, blindsided, maybe even disrespected. And you know how social media works. When you don't speak, people speak for you. So now the narrative is spinning completely out of control. It's not about spacing or shot selection anymore. It's about loyalty, identity, and injustice. Reese fans are making this emotional. Sky fans are trying to defend the system. Everyone else, they're just eating popcorn and watching it burn. But here's the truth. This kind of role shift isn't uncommon in sports. What is uncommon is how loud and divided the reaction has become. Because when you build your brand on visibility, confidence, and domination, any shift, even a tactical one, feels like a threat. And when your response is silence, well, the internet will fill in the blanks for you. All right, let's take a step back, because this whole situation with Angel Reese, it's actually part of a way bigger shift happening across the league. This isn't just about one player being benched or one rookie taking over the paint. This is about the WNBA evolving right in front of our eyes. See, 5-10 years ago, a player like Angel Reese, strong, gritty, rebounding machine, that was gold. Teams built around that. Coaches wanted someone who could live in the paint, crash the boards, and muscle out second chance points all game long. But today, the game has changed. The W is now all about spacing, versatility, and efficiency. Bigs aren't just rim runners anymore. They've got to stretch the floor, hit jumpers, keep the ball moving, defend out on the perimeter. Think Aja Wilson, think Brianna Stewart, think Nafisa Collier. These are bigs that can do it all. So, when Coach Marsh looks at Angel Reese and sees a player who rebounds well but struggles to shoot outside 5 feet, he's not being disrespectful, he's being real. That style of play just doesn't fit the modern blueprint anymore. And listen, it's not like Angel can't evolve, but the hard truth is, right now, she's not showing that she wants to. She's clinging to what worked in college and her rookie year, but in the WNBA, that only gets you so far. You can't just grab rebounds and call it a night. If you can't stretch the defense, if you can't pass out of the post, if you're shooting 39% around the rim, you're not helping your team win. Meanwhile, players like Camila Cardoso, they're raw, yeah, but they fit the mold. Size, touch, finishing, defensive upside, and most importantly, the willingness to grow into the system. That's what franchises are looking for now. They're not just chasing names, they're building long-term value. And whether it's fair or not, Angel Reese's game, as it stands, is starting to look like yesterday's model. So no, this isn't a vendetta. It's not a takedown. It's the natural evolution of basketball. And players who don't keep up, they get left behind. So now we're here, at the crossroads. Because everything that's happened, the role change, the silence, the Cardoso, takeover, the online chaos, it all leads to this one question: what's Angel Reese going to do next? Does she double down on the style that made her famous? Rebounding, second chance points, pure paint dominance, and risk fading out of a system that's clearly moving in a different direction? Or does she adapt? Does she show up, lace up, and start building a new version of her game? One that stretches the floor, one that involves ball movement, one that proves she's more than just a stat line? Because here's the thing, this isn't just a role adjustment. This is a career-defining moment. Most great players hit this point. The league changes, the system shifts, the coaches ask for more, and the real ones, they answer, they grow, they evolve, they level up. Right now, Angel's sitting on a choice, and however she plays it, everyone's watching. She can treat this as disrespect, or as an opportunity. She can retreat into her comfort zone, or break out of it completely. And let's be honest, if she does rise to the challenge, if she does develop that shot, learn to space, move the ball, get efficient, she becomes a nightmare matchup. A new version of Angel Reese that coaches us have to plan for, not bench. But if she doesn't, then yeah, this might really be the beginning of the end. Because the WNBA isn't slowing down to make space for old school play styles. It's moving forward, with or without her. So let's be real about it. This whole thing, it's not a takedown, it's not a conspiracy. It's a challenge. The Chicago Sky aren't trying to bury Angel Reese, they're trying to build something that works. And if she wants to be a part of it, she's gonna have to do something she's never really had to do before: evolve. Because being elite, that's not about clinging to what got you here, it's about growing into what keeps you here. Right now, Angel's stuck between her brand and her game. One says, I'm a rebounding machine. The other says, I need more than hustle to survive in this league. And Coach Marsh, he's not asking her to be less, he's asking her to be more. So what's it gonna be? Is Angel Reese ready to transform? To add tools to her bag? To stretch her game? And prove she's more than a walking double-double? Or is she going to keep chasing the same stats, the same highlight reels, until the game just passes her? You tell me. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this a smart move by the Sky or a huge mistake? Should Angel stay and adapt, or pack her bags and bounce? Either way, we're watching the most talked about player in the league face her biggest test yet, and how she responds will shape the rest of her career. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next, because trust me, this story's just getting started.